Hello, Bucks fans. Welcome back to Real Bucks Talk. It's almost that time. We are getting very close to free agency starting. It's going to start on Monday at noon, where teams can start their negotiation process, start talking with free agents that will become available officially Wednesday, March 12th, but they can start negotiating contracts. And basically, we get deals before Wednesday that are announced. So a lot of things happening, a lot of movement happening around the NFL. But I want to talk about one specific move as we get into this video. As you see on the screen, we've already talked about potential options for the Buccaneers and adding pass rush because that's been the big theme, I think, for this offseason so far for the Bucks is how do we get better at rushing the quarterback with just four. And we did a video on Khalil Mack. We talked about him most recently in our live stream. Be sure to check that out. We'll link the video here for you guys so you can see it. But Khalil Mack, again, has tremendous production, is going to be available as a free agent. Over 100 sacks in his career, 32 forced fumbles. So that's obviously enticing. He's only 2 years away from having 17 sacks. But the thing with him is the age at 34 and also the cost. So those two variables I think have to, come into play. And if the Buccaneers are going to be a serious contender for signing Khalil Mack, we'll have to see. There's a lot of, positives with adding someone like him because, um, he's not someone that you'll have to lean on. He'll just be someone that can add to what the Buccaneers already have and make them better overall. But anyway, we talked about him. We also talked about a younger player, a much younger player, maybe an up and coming type of free agent that could burst onto the scene, much like Shaq Barrett did, and that is Joseph Osai from the Cincinnati Bengals. Again, only 24 years old, 6'4, 260, has good athleticism, good size, and has been production wise has been getting better. Now you look at his production, only 9.5 sacks. You say that's not a whole lot, but he had his best year last year as he finally got into a starting position and had 5 sacks on the year. Now with Sam Hubbard retiring, there could be a chance that Osai probably comes back to Cincinnati. We'll see what happens there. I know they're focusing on getting Trey Hendrickson as well, getting him a new deal, focusing on Jamar Chase, etc. T. Higgins. But with that said, so those are two guys that we have talked about on this channel. I want to turn my attention to someone that I think could become available. I know he's requested a trade, but I think the team could end up releasing him, making him a free agent, and maybe the Buccaneers go after this guy, and that is Harold Landry from the Tennessee Titans. You see the tweet here. This was put out a couple, I believe, actually last week. Titans have granted permission for Landry to seek a trade. He started all 17 games last year, so healthy, 71 tackles, 9 sacks, 18 pressures, 4 pass deflections. The thing with him, I don't think he's going to get any trade offers just due, based on his contract, 17.5 million. I think the Titans could eventually cut him probably sometime next week and make him available as a free agent, where the Buccaneers could sign him to a more affordable contract, maybe 8 to 9 million, where his play has kind of shifted back towards as far as value. When you look at Harold Landry, the production is definitely there. He's had 50.5 sacks over his 7 years in the NFL. He missed all of 2022 due to a torn ACL. So he has been coming back off of that. And you can see in 2023 had 10.5 sacks, and then last year 9 sacks. Not a bunch of ball production in terms of forced fumbles. So that is something that you have to look at, but also consider like Harold Landry hasn't been on a good football team with the Titans. I mean, at least recently, they do have Jeffrey Simmons, but I think if you add Harold Landry to what the Buccaneers already have in the interior with Kalijah Cansey and Vita Vea plus Yaya Diaby on the other side, I think Landry can provide that speed edge rusher that the Buccaneers are looking for, and it would definitely be very enticing. So I think this is a move that, yeah, the Bucks could give up a day 3 pick to acquire his services, but I think most likely he ends up getting released, and maybe the Buccaneers pursue him at that point to get him to a relatively cheaper contract, a little bit more team friendly, and you add him to the mix. And you look at his advanced, metrics here. 10.4 QB pressure rate. You would like to see that a little bit higher. But I mean, he's still getting off the ball very fast. He's making plays, whether it's around the line of scrimmage or in the backfield. So some inconsistencies with his game, but overall, I think he just adds what you want as far as a pure speed edge rusher and someone that could give us that high side edge rusher that can win and just create more opportunities for others and being on a better team. And I think also his versatility and the way Todd Bowles can use him definitely makes sense. And there could be a chance where maybe they add another Boston College edge rusher to go with Harold Landry to learn from, and Donovan Ezraku. So yeah, Harold Landry makes a lot of sense, especially if he becomes available as far as a free agent. And we'll see. Again, it would make it tougher for the Bucks to sign him if he does hit free agency, just because there'll probably be some competition for his services. But I think he's a guy that you could add as a depth piece, as a potential starter, and you still draft a rookie, but you can just see like the speed he can win with off the edge there is definitely intriguing, and someone that I think the Buccaneers could end up going after for sure if he becomes available as a free agent. So yeah, I think it's going to be definitely exciting over the next several days as we get closer to that legal tampering window for free agency, and we're going to see more moves be made. We just saw Joey Bosa get cut, so there's going to be a lot more names like that to get released. I feel Jonathan Allen is another one that we have talked about on our channel before, but Harold Landry, I definitely is a favorite of ours. He was a favorite back in the 2018 draft. But if he becomes available, I think it would just be smart to add someone like this to the mix and help just add to the room. And then you go into the draft and you continue to add to that position. I think it definitely is a viable option for the Buccaneers. So we'll have to see. And man, it's just a lot of stuff is going to be taking place over the next several days, and can't wait to see it. But with that said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to hit that like button. Comment down below your thoughts of potentially Harold Landry coming to the Buccaneers and what you guys think of that move. Is it the right one? Do you see the Buccaneers going in a different direction? Let us know. And with that said, until the next one.